What's up, guys? It's Russo with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and it is Thursday, January 23rd, and we have a nine-game NBA slate. The Spurs game and the Pacers have already started, so we're not going to be covering that, but I'm running solo today, and I've got 4 picks for you for tonight's slate. Jordy is not feeling real great, so he hit me up and asked me about running solo. I said I'm happy to do it. I don't have a Backdoor Fantasy Sports layout set up for my solo setup yet, so this is the setup from my other channel, my solo channel. But yeah, if you're new, welcome in. We're going to talk about the plays that I'm excited about, and then also, let's talk about the recap real quick. I think Jordy's plays went 1-1. I'm not totally sure. We don't take each other's plays, so when people go on and get upset if someone sells, do your thing. But my play swept yesterday, so and there's obviously lots of days where Jordy's plays are sweeping and mine aren't, but you can take all of our plays, but it is 2 different people putting out plays, so go with your gut. You have to make the final decision always. So let's talk about it though. John Collins, absolute discount, 14.5 points, assists, and I was just so excited to see this, and he didn't look like he was on a minutes restriction. They actually played a really good game against Oklahoma City. This ended up being pretty close most of the time, ended 114 to 123. When Utah's healthy, I don't know what's going on. They're so banged up, but when they're healthy, they're a pretty fun squad. But we took him over 14.5 points, assists. He went for 23, got that done for us real quick. We took Malik Monk over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He took care of business and got 33 for us. Before we get into the plays for today, if you haven't yet and you want to sign up for one of our partners, the platforms we're partnered with, we got Parlay Play, Better, Underdog, Sleeper. If you use code BACKDOOR for Better, Underdog, and Parlay Play, they're going to hook you up. If you want to check out Sleeper, just make sure you add FS on the end, so it's Backdoor FS for Sleeper. We have all of the information listed down below on the perks that you're going to get, the sign-up bonuses, all of that. But Parlay Play in particular, if you use code BACKDOOR over there, we're going to throw in a month in our premium Discord as well. All you have to do is email us at bdfantasysports@gmail.com, and we'll confirm that the code was used, and within 24 hours we'll get you in. But make sure you use the code. Double check. You're making your first deposit. Double check to make sure you're putting in that code BACKDOOR, because that's the only way it unlocks the free month. Let's all that information is down below if you guys want to check that out. Let's go to today, what I got for you. All right, so I'm going to be going with Julian Strawther, guard for the Denver Nuggets, over 12.5 points, rebounds, and assists. We're going Derek Jones, forward for the Clippers, over 14.5 points, rebounds. And then we're going to be going Derek White. We're going to cash Derek White one of these days. I think today's the day. I'm going fantasy score over 26 and what should be a close game, surprisingly enough. It's projected to be pretty close. And then Zach LaVine, we're going to go for 36 PRA. We're getting it flat at 36. I'm liking it. And let's break into it. If you guys haven't yet, do me a favor and like the video or drop us a comment, whatever you feel like doing. If you appreciate our content, just help us get higher up in that algorithm. Comments, likes, whatever you want to do helps us out a lot. We appreciate it. All right, so let's talk about Julian here. So this is the 2024 season. If you just take a look at this immediately, it's really not that bad. 49% hit rate, 21 out of 43. But the reason I really like this, first of all, it's kind of a low line. He's been earning his minutes. He's getting about 20 minutes a game at least. But dude has been playing very comfortably at home. If we take a look at the home games, we're at a 67% hit rate, 14 out of 21 home games, and it looks like 7 games straight. Let's take a look at this note from Outlier. First, let's cover matchup. 18th in points allowed, 7th in rebounds allowed, 12th in assists allowed. So middle of the road, and then rebounds a little bit tougher. But this is only 12.5 we need, so I think we should be able to get it done. But yeah, let's look at this note from Outlier. By the way, Outlier went out for like an hour and a half today. And boy, did I realize how much I love this app. I jumped on one of the other apps that covers this kind of stuff, and I was just like, oh, cool, I'll try the free trial. And I was just trying to get my video out, and I was like, no way, I'm waiting for Outlier, because I think I'm just so comfortable and used to Outlier that I'd rather use this. But let's talk about this note here from them. He's exceeded 12.5 points, rebounds, and assists in 7 straight home games. So he's averaging 19 at home. We're getting it at 12.5. I love that bump, 6.5 point bump that we're getting, or discount, you could say. But his last game against Philly, I know that was a blowout, but he went for 23 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And if you want to try to say it was a blowout, then fine, I get it. But he still only played 26 minutes. It's not like he had crazy bump in minutes. He's had other games where he had many more than that. But let's just, let's go last 5. We'll take off the home games just to get an accurate reading. So he's cleared this 3 out of his last 5. And against Orlando, he just barely missed it. He's knocking on the door in both of these games that he missed. But I want to get an accurate reading on his minutes. So 24 minutes a game over these last 5 games, 2.8 fouls, 44% from the field on 8.6 attempts. So just 3.8 made buckets, but 45% from beyond the arc, 2.6 made threes a game. So 8.6 attempts from the field, and 5.8 of those are 3-pointers. So I'm loving that. 5.8 rebound chances a game and 3.4 potential assists. I love this play. I'm going to be taking it for more. 12.5. I think he can totally get this done. Let's look at this over under. So we have a 241.5 point over under. Denver favored by 8.5. Playing in Denver, so 241.5 means obviously like they're expecting a lot of action in this game, which makes sense because Sacramento kind of plays at a fast pace. They put up a lot of shots, and Denver can, we know that Jokic tends to try to slow things down just because of his sheer size. But I mean, he can keep up. Both of these centers, this should be a fun battle between Jokic and Sabonis, 2 athletic centers who can do everything, including drop threes pretty regularly, even though they don't take a ton of attempts. But anyways, I'm liking Strother. I think we're getting like a pretty good deal there. They like his block steals over at Daily Grind to go over 0.5. They have that as the best play on Prize Picks, 52.71% odds to hit the over, -132. They like his 3-pointers over 1.5, 51.7% odds to hit the over. And then there's that PRA that I'm excited about. Just give me a little bit of everything. They've got that favor to go over, 50.81% odds to hit the over, -121. They also like the points rebounds. And I'm just mentioning these others in case you want to pivot or you're on a platform that does not have the PRA at 12.5. They like his points. They like his points rebounds and assists, his 3-pointers, and his blocks and steals. So you can choose from any of those, but I'm taking the points, rebounds, and assists. Let's keep it rolling. Derek Jones Jr. All right. So last 5 games looking pretty solid. We're going points, rebounds because his points, rebounds, and assists are a goblin. But this is 4 out of his last 5 games. He's cashed this, and then he 0.5 the one that he missed against the Lakers. But coming off this crazy game against Boston where he went for 29 points and 7 rebounds, played 43 minutes. I went to overtime. Ended up going 117 to 113. Fun outing. Dude absolutely popped off. Hopefully he's still in rhythm here. Let's look at the matchup. Okay, tough matchup. Surprisingly enough, the one area that Washington can cover. 2nd in points allowed, 2nd in rebounds allowed. Let's see what he's done in the past against them. Okay, so they have done a pretty good job of slowing him down. They only matched up once this season, and he went for 12. So one more bucket would have cashed it. But he only played 18 minutes in that game. That ended up being somewhat of a blowout, 121 to 96. So yeah, you can call that a blowout. But yeah, only playing 18 minutes. But let's take a look at this note here. So I like this because 6 out of his last 7 games, he's got this done for us. So, I mean, I'll take it. I'm feeling good about it, especially coming off that big game during this stretch. So this is This is 6 out of his last 7 games versus bottom 10 defenses for points allowed. So it's not like he's crushing this, but he's averaging 14.9 points and rebounds over this stretch against these types of teams, these bottom 10 defenses for points allowed. And he's averaging 23 minutes in those games. So we don't need this to be too crazy. If it ends up turning into a blowout, he's probably still going to have 23 minutes. So I'm feeling comfortable about it. Let's just take a look here at all of 2024. And let's see how it looks when he is getting those 23 minutes like he's averaged in that particular stretch. Come on. All right, go down a little bit. 23. All right. So 67% hit rate for all of 2024. I mean, that's beautiful. 16 out of 24 games. We'll absolutely take it. And 4 of these that he missed, one more bucket would have cashed it. So I'll take this all day, even in hilariously a tough matchup for him for small forwards. Overall, it's just all green. 30th in points allowed, 30th in rebounds allowed. Here's the other thing to consider. There's a lot of questionable tags tonight for the Clippers. Batum, Chris Dunn, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Norman Powell, and Zubats, all questionable. So, I mean, do you think all of these guys are questionable and they're all going to play? I doubt it. Harden's dealing with groin soreness, which is not something to easily play through. Kawhi still dealing with the knee. Norman Powell back soreness. They may just say, hey, let's let our best guys rest tonight because we should be able to get this done without them. And if that's the case, it's going to be the Derek Jones show, in my opinion. So I'm loving it. Let's keep it rolling. Let's take a look at daily grind. Okay, they like his rebounds and assists as the best play. Over 5, 52.21% odds hit the over, minus 130. Points, assists, they're not feeling. Rebounds, they're not feeling. Points, rebounds, they're not feeling. So you got to go with your gut on this one, guys. I'm going to be taking it for more. They've got the points, rebounds just slightly favored to the under, 50.77. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, I was like, did they bump this? No, I got it locked in at 14.5. I just wanted to double check. So yeah, I mean, this is just crunching the numbers and taking a look at what value you're getting. And so they're looking at this points, rebounds, and they're saying 14.5. Doesn't look like a great value here because everyone's got it at 14.5 and they're all kind of favoring it to the under. Maybe it's a matchup based thing. I'm just thinking, geez, if a lot of these guys are out, we're probably in good shape here. And once again, if he plays at least 23 minutes, he's been cashing this at a 67% hit rate. Let's say some of these guys are out. Let's just bump it up a little bit. Let's say 28 minutes. On 28 minutes, he's cashed it 100% of the time, 10 out of 10 games. So where's the sweet spot? Just double checking here. So 26 minutes, he's still 11 out of 12 games. You get what I'm saying here. I'm rolling it. I'm taking the over for sure. All right, Derek White. So fantasy score. I mean, yeah, that's with no special settings on. That is just the 2024 season for his fantasy score. We know the defensive upside. We're getting it at 26 flat. This is for 26.5. He's done it this often, 81% of the time. The thing is as of late, the Celtics have been in a little bit of a funk, but I'm thinking they sort of bounced out of that. And the fantasy score has been more consistent for him than the PRA that I've been taking, like 20.5. So let's just look at the matchup for him. Surprisingly enough, the Lakers match up well against Boston. So yeah, the PRA has been kind of like spotty. So I think the fantasy score is what we want to go with tonight. The matchup is solid. 22nd in points allowed, 15th in rebounds allowed, 25th in assists allowed to shooting guards. And let's look at these injuries. Oh boy. Okay, so Jaylen Brown, game time decision. Drew Holiday, game time decision. Kristaps Porzingis, game time decision. Al Horford, game time decision. Anthony Davis, as usual, game time decision. LeBron James, game time decision. Pretty typical. I think LeBron plays, maybe not, because there's a point discount on Prize Picks, so you know how that goes. Maybe he'll be out tonight. But I like this fantasy score to go over. Let's see how he's done with the blocks and steals, because that's the reason that we like fantasy score, is blocks and steals are worth 3 points each for fantasy score. So you want to take your blocks and steals, take a look at it, and then go straight over to the turnovers and make sure that the turnovers aren't out of control. His are actually a little bit high, but if you see nothing is over 3, and he's been consistently getting over, the blocks and steals over 2. So that's still, you're still netting 3 fantasy score on that. But yeah, when he's getting like 4, that's like 12 fantasy points right there. So he hasn't been as active lately. Let's see how he matches up against the Lakers. So every time he's matched up against them, he's had at least 2 in the fantasy score defensive, points. Now, okay, let me clean this up a little bit. Let's go back to the fantasy score. I mean, gosh, do we really need to look at much more than, just this beautiful 81% hit rate? Let's see, we got a note here from Outlier. Derek White has exceeded 26.5 fantasy score in 6 of his last 7 games on the road. So he's playing good on the road too. Pretty good hit rate for fantasy score. In that case, we're going to go back to the 2024 season, and let's take a look at the full 2024 season for away games. 79% hit rate, 15 out of 19 games. I don't think we need to spend any more time on this, guys. I'm absolutely taking this for more. And of course, Daily Grind has that as the top under. So go with your gut. But I'll tell you why. It's because we're getting at 26, and for some reason BetMGM has us all the way down at 24.5. So the optimizer's just like, oh my God, this is a mistake. This is way too expensive for what you could be getting it at on BetMGM. That's all that it's doing. They like his points to go over. They like his points rebounds to go over. They like his 3-pointers made to go over. They like his PRA to go over. Points, assists, rebounds, and assists. All of these they like to go over. So you could pivot to any of those. But don't be alarmed. And you got to go with your gut. If you don't want to take this, don't take it. If you think it's going under, take the under. That's totally fine. I'm just showing you what I'm liking. But yeah, they've got that almost at a 55% odds to hit the under. I don't believe it for a minute. So let's keep it rolling. Zach LaVine. All right. So yeah, this PRA, well, this is down at 35.5. What we get at like 36.5, 36. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's a 0.5 bump. Let's see. They're not giving me the option to, oh yeah, here we go. See if we can get 36. Slowing down a little bit here. All right, so even at 36, his last 10 games, 70% hit rate, 7 out of his last 10. Do we have a note? Let's check Outlier. He's exceeded 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists in 9 of his last 11 games. So he's averaging 39.5. So we're getting it at 36, and he's averaging, just under 40. And then the reason I really love this is this matchup is just pure green. 24th in points allowed, 24th in rebounds allowed, 23rd in assists allowed. So let's take a look. Averaging 35.7 minutes a game, 54% from the field on 20.3 attempts, 11 made buckets a game, 46% from beyond the arc, 3 made threes a game on average. Is this on the... yeah. This is the last 11 games. 6.5 attempts from beyond the arc, cashing 3 of those a game, 9.4 rebound chances, and 8 potential assists. I love it. I will take this all day. And I think what kind of made me a little apprehensive is I think it was maybe against Atlanta or Charlotte. I took it one of these days, and he burned me. And so I had to, look at the data a little bit and realize like, okay, that wasn't like a trend. It was just happened to be a down game. So let's see what they're expecting for this. So we have a 228. Wow, surprisingly low over under for Chicago. 228 over under, which isn't super low, but I'm used to seeing them in the 30s or 240s, but just a 1.5 point spread favoring Golden State. Let's take a peek here. We'll go 2024. It looks Okay, so yeah, the back half of the season has been much better. I'm just curious how he's done in his away games. So he's better on the road. 56% hit rate on the road, 10 out of 18, 6 straight road games. All right, and let's just see this real quick. We're going to go back to this note from Outlier, turn it off of away, and look at the minutes, 35.7. Then we'll go back here to 2024, and then let's just project here if he's getting that. Let's just say 33 minutes. Yeah, it's definitely been the back half of the season that he's been playing a little bit better. As soon as he's at 34 minutes, he's averaging a 50% hit rate. And then 35, it jumps up to 54%, 7 out of 13. I'm rolling it. Again, if nothing else but this note alone from Outlier. I'll take this back down. And yeah, that is enough for me to give it a shot. 82% hit rate, 9 out of 11. And let's take a look here. Daily grind. Let me refresh this. All right. They don't like the PRA, so you got to go with your gut. Maybe he's going to burn me. I know that the real reason is probably because it's 0.5 higher than a lot of these other platforms. Although Caesars has it up at 36.5, and then everyone else has it at 35.5. So I'll take the 36. I'm going to go for more here. Supposed to be a close game, and I mean 82% hit rate. I'm just not gonna not take that. Let me just double check. Do we have any injuries going on? Kobe White, game time decision. Iota Sunmu, game time decision. Javon Carter, still game time decision, dealing with illness. On the Warriors side, Kyle Anderson may end up playing, game time decision. Draymond Green out, Jonathan Kuminga out. Kevon Looney, game time decision. Brandon Pajemski, game time decision. So, I mean, go with your gut. I think this looks beautiful. I'm happy to take a chance here on the 36, and I hope he kind of pops off. Let's look at the head-to-head. Maybe he hasn't had good luck here. Well, no, he just played them on January 12th. He went for 40. He went for 25 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. I'm sold. I'm going to take it. All right. Well, if you guys want to check out Daily Grind, this is a fun app, the DFS Optimizer. They are going to give you 25% off if you use code BACKDOOR. Just go to dgfantasy.com, throw in the code BACKDOOR, and then lock it in for as long as you want, all the way up to a year if you want to take advantage of that discount. And then Outlier, they're going to let you try this out for free. So yeah, all you have to do is sign up through the link below for Outlier. Like I said, I held off putting a video out for an hour and a half today just because I couldn't access Outlier. I refuse to use anything else. So try it out for free for a week, and they'll hook you up. Just sign up through the link below. You don't need to put a code in. But yeah, they cover all these different statistical categories, and then they cover matchups, injury reports, insights, which is my favorite. The insights tab is just awesome. Slowing down a little bit. My computer's kind of fed up with all the tabs I have open. But anyways, guys, before my video starts freezing up, hopefully it hasn't yet, but that's going to cover it. If you haven't yet, you can go check out, I've started my own channel. It's just at JRussoBDFS. It's listed below. And then Jordy has his own channel at JordyBDFS. That is listed below too. So go follow our other channels. I already have 4 more picks out for today. Jordy has picks out for today, so a little bit of extra value if you guys want to go see what we were getting into earlier. My plays should still be good to go. I just dropped that video about an hour ago. So appreciate you tuning in, guys. If you have any questions about anything, just drop us a comment. We'll get back to you. And don't forget to like the video if you don't mind. Help us get in front of a larger audience. We appreciate you so much. Good luck. We'll catch you in the next one.